Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jermaine TV. In today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 tips on becoming a professional bassist, and be sure to hang around all the way to the end because tips number 4 and 5 are some things you're definitely going to want to start implementing right away. So stay tuned. Before we jump in this video, I need you to do me a huge favor. If you enjoy the content on this channel, go ahead and give this video a like. It helps this video to be found by more people like you. All right, in today's video, I want to give you 5 things that will move you forward into becoming a professional bassist. And no, it's not the make sure you have a good bass, make sure your rig is great, the stuff that you already know. I wouldn't waste your time giving you the information that you already know. But I do want to give you some things that maybe you haven't considered, especially if you're starting on this journey of becoming a professional bassist. Now, tip number 1, decide. You have to make a decision about what it is you want to do, and you have to be very, very specific. I find so many people I run into that they learn this instrument, they learn the scales, and they learn all the stuff. They learn the licks, they learn the riffs, they learn how to play cool bass lines and all this kind of stuff, but they don't have a clue to what they want to do with the instrument. They don't have a clue to what they want to do with a musical career. In order to move forward, the first thing you have to do is decide what it is you want to do. Be specific. What type of musician do you want to be? Do you want to be a studio musician? Do you want to be a touring musician? Do you want to be just a live recording musician? Be specific about exactly what it is. Now, I'm not saying once you identify what that thing is, you're stuck with that. No, but that helps you to focus and hone in on exactly what it is you should be focusing on so you could put your attention in that direction. So if you want to work more towards being a studio musician, you can start doing the things that equip you to become a studio musician that push you in that direction. Vice versa, if you want to become a gospel bassist or a jazz bassist or a pop bassist, you can start looking for the things and the resources that will help move you forward in that direction, as opposed to getting a whole bunch of information that don't move you forward. You know a lot of stuff, but you have no clear direction. So number 1 is to decide what it is you want to do and be really specific. Number 2, after you decide what it is you want to do, you have to go where the action is. So many people make the mistake of thinking that you can sit in these 4 walls. Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of you know me from YouTube videos, but I've worked as a professional, and at some point I had to get out and I had to get around where the action was happening at. That doesn't mean you have to start going to every pub in the city or every club or everything like that. But you have to get out and get around people who are doing what you want to do, especially if you expect to gain or glean any information from people who are doing it. You have to get where the action is. You have to get around it. You have to get in the game, so to speak, so that you can know what to expect when you get out there. Granted, there's no way of knowing everything to expect, but you have a better idea once you get out there and start putting yourself in situations that causes you to think a little different. If you're always sitting in the practice room, if you're always sitting on the sidelines, you don't know what it's like to be in the game. So the biggest thing is you have to get out there and get where the action is. Put yourself out there. Number 3, and this one was really crucial to me developing as a professional, find a mentor. Many of you may know a person already you look up to that's done some things, that's worked on a professional level, that's done some things you're hoping to do one day. Find a mentor. This person can be in person if you can get a one-on-one conversation with this person. With social media now, you can get a virtual mentor. I mean, you can pay to talk to people, or you can set up coaching sessions and that kind of stuff with people who are doing what you do and get some information and get some insight on exactly what it is they have done to get to the place that they've gotten in their career, and see what it is you may need to do to get to where you're trying to go in your career. So I encourage you guys to seek after a mentor. And remember, the one thing about mentors, these people don't have to be people that you completely like. You can have a mentor that's somebody you don't agree with everything they say, but what's the saying? You can learn a lot from a dummy. Even if it's someone that has a bad attitude, there's something you can take away from that person. So make sure you find a mentor and glean as much as you can from a mentor. Number 4, this is one I think that's really important, and it was really crucial in my development as a bass player, in my coming out of my shell and becoming a solo artist as well. Be yourself. Be yourself. You just have to be yourself. People think it's really deep and you have to become this person or the next. No, we're not looking for another Victor Wooten. Victor Wooten is Victor Wooten. And once he's gone, he's the only Victor Wooten we need. Jocko was the only Jocko we needed. If we want Jocko, we can pull out the records. We can pull out the videos of who he was. If we want that person, you don't have to fall into that trap of trying to become somebody else. Be yourself. Another point I want to add with be yourself, be confident in who you are. Once you figure out who you are, finding out who you are as a player comes with all the previous things that we mentioned. Deciding exactly what it is you want to do. That helps you to know exactly, okay, I don't want to do this. If I know where I'm trying to go, well, then I also know what roads won't get me there. But if I don't know where I'm trying to go, I'll take any road trying to get to where it is I'm trying to go. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we hone in on what it is we want to do, who we are, and begin to be confident in being ourselves. Now, in the beginning stages of that, it's going to be really, really scary because that's that fear of rejection and all that kind of stuff. You don't know if people are going to receive it. You don't know if your interpretation of the music is something people are going to like. That's when that be confident comes into play, because the more confident you are about who you are and about your delivery, about what you have to give, the more people can better receive what it is, because at that point you're not seeking approval from people. You're being you. You're being 100% you. There's nothing like an original. I don't care who you are. There's nothing like the original, because once you originate something, then the copycats follow. But you are the one who started it. Nobody can ever beat you being you, but you can never beat anybody else being themselves. So be original, be yourself, and be confident. So number 5, I want to encourage you guys to take risks. It's going to be difficult out there when you get started as a professional musician. Sometimes you're going to hear the no's. Sometimes you may hear no's more than you hear yeses. You may not get the gig that you want right away. It might take a while to get that gig that you want, but the more you take the risk, the more you put yourself out there, the closer you're getting to success. Each time you do it, take risk after risk after risk after risk. You make yourself that much closer to success. And as you look back over your life, you'll see that what you thought were failures were actually wins. Me doing a hindsight of my own life, I'm looking and saying, man, there were some things that I thought at the time I was failing at, but the whole time I was winning and I didn't know it. So I encourage you guys to take risk. Success often doesn't look like success when you're going through it. Remember that. Success doesn't always look like success when you're experiencing it. Many times we don't know we're successful until after the fact. Many of the hit records that are out right now, records that were recorded years and years ago, like decades ago, many of those musicians who played those albums in the studio, they didn't think twice about those songs. They had no idea that these songs were going to be hits and these songs were going to be around 30 and 40 years later. They had no idea. They were just enjoying the moment. Some of them weren't really enjoying the moment because they didn't like the song. They just did what they had to do to get a check, and afterwards they ended up being successful. This ended up being the song that made them. This ended up being the thing that changed their entire career, change the trajectory of their life. So you have to take risk. Last but not least, I know I said I was going to give you 5 points, but the last thing I want to say to you guys, as you do all of these things, enjoy every moment. Enjoy every moment. Success is not defined by what you have done compared to what others have done. Success is defined by what you've done compared to what you could have done. So don't base your life on others. Don't base your life on the success of this player or that player or this person or that person. That has nothing to do with you. Your life might not lead you down a path to play on a stage with 40,000 people. That might not be considered success for you. But if you can inspire the next person, if you can inspire your kids to do something great, if you can inspire the people in your community, the people in your church to do something really great with their gifts and with their talents, if you don't use your gift to do anything more than to go to schools or to go to nursing homes or to go to hospitals and play to cheer people up, then you are a success. If that's what you set out to do, then you are successful. You are becoming a success when you do the thing that you actually set out to do and you accomplish that goal. That is success for you. So don't let the lights, the cameras, the action define what success is for you. You define what success is for you and you go after it. So I just want to leave you guys with a few tips on becoming a professional musician. Be sure to let me know in the comments below which tip was your favorite, which one are you going to start implementing right away. If you found this video helpful, please share it with somebody. And if you're not subscribed already, please do that. Go ahead and subscribe, turn on my notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos. I appreciate you guys for watching and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.